With the latest patch updates leading up to Diablo 4's release, Blizzard has gone and reworked some of the mechanics in the game, one of which would allow the assassin's minions, or traps, to now benefit from negative enemy lightning resistance. This has become quite the game changer, and has brought this build back up into the ranks with the other builds that have recently been buffed as well. In today's video, I'm going to go over the build for the Endgame Trapsin, focusing on maxing damage and creating lightning storms everywhere she goes. I'm going to go over the attributes, the skill tree, the gear for my character and my mercenary, and afterwards I'm going to show you guys some gameplay so you could see this build in action. But do keep in mind that when it comes to this build, there are different ways you can be able to gear the character depending on your needs, whether you're trying to go for maximum DPS, you're trying to do a magic find character, or a hybrid of the two. Just keep in mind when it comes to looking at the gear choices that I'm going to be choosing, that you can choose alternative gear depending on the demand that you have for your build. Before we actually get into the build, the comment shout out for this video is going to be PLDUS1310 from my Baradin build guide video, said that this Baradin
step across the line. Habitually, he's a habitual line stepper.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I'm so stoked that there's other people out there still that enjoy and appreciate classic TV shows. Come on now. And people actually thought this was real. With all that said, let's get into the video. For the attributes, we have enough strength to be able to equip our gear, enough dexterity to be able to use our claws, and the remaining points go into vitality. With the skill trees, we're only going to be using the shadow disciplines and trap trees. Nothing will be invested into the martial arts skill tree. With the trap skill tree, we will work with the left side skills. 1 point into Fire Blast, then maxing Shockweb, Charge Bolt Sentry, Lightning Sentry, and Death Sentry. The main skills we will use are Lightning Sentry and Death Sentry. Ideally laying down Lightning Sentries first, wait for some enemies to die, then start laying down Death Sentries as, despite the lightning damage being lower on Death Sentry than Lightning Sentry, Death Sentry has Corpse Explosion, which does both fire and physical damage, dealing 3 types of damage once a corpse is on the ground to explode. With the Shadow Discipline skill tree, 1 point into Claw Mastery to unlock Burst of Speed and Fade, as you'll be running one of these skills, depending on the needs of your gear. Burst of Speed to lay down traps faster and to run faster, and Fade to boost your resistances, as well as the damage reduction. From there, work your way down to the right, putting 1 point into Psychic Hammer, 1 point into Cloak of Shadows for a wide source of crowd control, and 1 point into Mind Blast to knock back and potentially convert enemies to fight alongside you for a short period of time. From there, if you want a meat shield, you can work your way down to the Shadow Warrior or the Shadow Master. The Shadow Warrior uses the skills that you're currently using, and the Shadow Master can lay down her own set of random traps. However, if they do, they will take the spot of one of the 5 traps that you can lay down, many times overriding the ones you already laid down. Both have their own place and use, and to feel safer for more dangerous areas for this build, many will opt for a Shadow to fight alongside them, but it is optional. There's a few extra skill points left, so I put the remainder into Burst of Speed to increase our IAS and faster run walk. For the gear, do keep in mind that this is a hero edited character. All the items that you see here are not single self found on single player offline, nor do I play online to be able to have someone assist me with helping me get these items to then showcase in this video. I wanted to put this build together myself to be able to show if it would be worth the time and the resources needed to be able to make it effective, in case anyone would be curious to be able to build this out for themselves. For the helm, she has a Griffin's Eye socketed with a lightning facet, as the assassin's traps now benefit from the negative resistance stat from items. It also has plus to skills and faster cast rate. The amulet is a 220 crafted caster amulet for the assassin that also has strength, life, and all resistance. The body armor is Enigma to teleport around, and it also has plus to skills, faster run walk, strength based on character level, physical damage reduction, and magic find. The weapons are dual claws with plus to traps and lightning sentry, both of which are socketed with lightning facets to maximize the lightning damage potential, and the claws also have IAS to be able to lay down traps faster. The boots are shadow dancers for the plus to shadow disciplines, faster run walk, faster hit recovery, and dexterity. The first ring is Ravenfrost for the dexterity and the cannot be frozen. The belt is Arachnid's Mesh for the plus to skills, faster cast rate, and slows target. The second ring is a Stone of Jordan for the plus to skills and all the help with mana. The gloves are crafted blood gloves for the dual leech, IAS, and lightning resistance. On switch, she has the staple CTA and spirit combo to boost up the health of mine and my mercenary's health. In the inventory is the cube, both tomes, torch, Annie, trap skillers with life, and the small charms are all life with resistance small charms. For the additional stats, she has 99% magic find, but that can always be increased with some gear swapping such as chance guards, war travelers, swapping a skiller for a Geeds, and just those pieces alone could add up to 130% additional magic find without a huge drop in overall damage. She also has 60% increased attack speed, 75% faster run walk, 100% faster cast rate on switch, as this will be the hand that we're using when it comes to casting anything with this character, as well as negative 45% to enemy lightning resistance. For the Mercenary, he is the Act 2 Mercenary using Endurio's Visage, Fortitude for the body armor, and Affinity for the Conviction Aura to lower the resistances of everything we fight. Now that we've discussed the attributes, the skill trees, the gear for my character and my mercenary, let's go ahead and check out this build in action to see how well it actually plays out. With the gameplay, for anyone who'd be curious as to which player settings I'm using for my build guides, the past, presently on screen, and in the future, down in the bottom left corner is what the example gameplay being shown is currently at. This was among one of my favorite builds to play early on, but for those trying this build out, there'll be two minor issues that you need to consider. The first is, it's very mana hungry, and it's a good idea to have some mana potions in your belt to be able to use at the ready, and you can resupply them as they drop when it comes to killing large mobs of enemies. The second is, since I'm not using a Sunder Charm, it's important to ensure that your Mercenary doesn't die. On lower player settings, it's not an issue at all. However, once you bump up the player's difficulty, he will be a big help with ensuring nearly nothing you fight will be lightning immune. However, you can swap a skiller for the Crack of the Heavens Thunder Charm. It only will lower your damage by 1000, but it's great to have if your Mercenary does end up dying. But then your lightning resistance gets tanked for the negative resistance penalty. Like I mentioned, there is a drawback to this much damage. So going that route, you may need to end up sacrificing your IAS with Burst of Speed to be able to use Fade to be able to boost your resistances.
Not even death can save you from me.
Oh cool, Veil of Steel. Obviously I would rather have Nightwings, but this is actually a grailer for me. When looking over this build, because the focus was to increase the damage output of the traps, survivability, namely her resistances, are unfortunately all quite bad except for lightning. As she is currently geared up, there's no way to change this without sacrificing a few points here and there to be able to keep close to the same IAS. If survivability is a true issue, this is where those points in the Fade come in handy to be able to help increase her resistances. However, in using Fade instead of Burst of Speed, you will sacrifice some IAS. Either way, there is a solution for the issue this build would face with trying to max out her damage potential. However, it comes with a drawback, but it would be up to you to decide on what would be more of a priority for you. You know what? Let's have a go with some Bale Waves on players 8 and see what can really happen. No, is that really an Istrian on the next? Damn it. I wanted to keep him alive through all of the waves. Let's try this again, but keep him alive this time. Got distracted. Thought I was no longer recording, but bail waves on players 8, then bail on players 3. Not a problem for this build at all. This build was amazing to play, but for those who would want to try this build out without it costing a fortune to be able to do so, check out my budget version of this build that is broken down close to the bare minimum needed when it comes to gear, but still has a good clear speed and can be a great magic find character. Link down in the description below. And that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and were able to see if this build would be something that you would be interested in going into the future. And if anything, at least just enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of content and want to see more, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification to be notified whenever a new video comes out.
Come on. Come on. Come on, then. There you are. There you are.
And if you like this video, please let me know by leaving a like. It really is appreciated to be able to help my channel to grow. And if you want to see more of my Diablo 2 Resurrected content, make sure to click the card in the corner up above to check out my Diablo 2 Resurrected playlist with a lot of videos already in it, with a lot more coming in the very near future. Other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.